Good evening. The graduation has taken place. You all have a gist of what the Strawman is now. So we are no longer peasants. We are now royals. So my royal ones, let me tell you, this is like an upgrade of Major Payne squad. Going from worms to maggots. Let's do this. Now, where did we leave off last time? We were talking about Billy Bob Gates' IBM scams and how he injected everybody with brain cells. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. So, why all the pretense of there being a genuine government which you elect and who serves you? I mean, why do they go to all this trouble to play out like there's a big government here and yes, King's been crowned and Harry's landed? Who gives a fuck? They don't want you to understand that they are just running a company which produces nothing of any worth. Something like a betting shop where almost every customer loses money. And they also don't want you to wake up to the fact that, unlike what you've been told all your life, this is all optional and you don't need to play their rip-off game any longer. Unless you want to. Some people just love getting ripped off, man. Come on, rip me off some more. They want you to be so burdened down with paying them money and working so hard and so long that you don't have time, money or energy to stop and think what is happening to you and your beloved family. They are desperate to stop you from just walking away from their scam. Please, human, let us scam you more. So they make every effort to connect you with the fiction, which is your straw man, because facetious entities like commercial companies can't have any dealing with a real man or a real woman. They can only deal with another fiction, like your straw man, because they are fiction. It's all illusory. And it is essential that they fool you into believing that you have to act on behalf of your straw man, which you don't. You tell these motherfuckers, we're the lion at the end of the Wizard of Oz when he got the heart and we're ready to growl coming in roaring. They have a number of well-proven methods of distracting you and keeping you from finding out. Now, we all know about the distractions. We've gone into this a million times, but let's see what this book has to say about it. They want you to see a great deal of entertainment. Quick, the dockers are on. Not because there is anything wrong with entertainment, but while you are being entertained, you will not be asking awkward questions. Makes sense. Also, they are very careful that most entertainment reinforces their make-believe world and makes it appear to be the real world. Yes, human, just stay in the dream. And this is where everyone is under the government. Police officers uphold the law, taxes are essential in order to keep things going, and things which are said to be bad for you are taxed heavily, not to make money, but supposedly to encourage you to avoid those things. You will notice that they keep saying that their invented statuettes are the law, which they most certainly are not. But if they say it often enough, people start believing it and never think to question what they say. I've been a victim of this too, and I think maybe 90% of humanity are still a victim of this today. They also have another very effective technique, and that is hydro pump. No, we're not talking Pokemon here. This is fear. They want you to be afraid of imaginary terrorists, afraid of disasters, of germs, of viruses. The diseases are coming, afraid of foreign countries, afraid of the economy doing badly and inflation rising. Yes, human, be afraid. If you doubt this, then take a look at the news and count the number of positive, uplifting news items and the number of negative or depressing news items. It doesn't take much in the way of research to see the very heavy negative bias in the news. This just in. The reason behind this is to make you feel that you need a government and an army to protect you from those supposed dangers. Wow. 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 Now, let me continue. It is easy to keep the news items biased that way, because all of the major news agencies and the media outlets in the world are owned by only 5 or maybe 6 privately owned commercial companies. That can't be true, but it is. So to supposedly connect you to the straw man, which they created for you when your birth was registered, they use the legalese technique of conning you with the name of the straw man. If you are ill-advised enough to go to a court, which is a corporate place of business, as the accused, you will be asked to confirm your name, quoting the full name shown on your birth certificate, which is the legal personality. Titles such as Mr., Doctor, Reverend, Governor, Sec, or whatever are not asked for, as they are not required. The accused is actually the legal personality, which is the name on the birth certificate. So when they ask for the person's name, they are talking to the legal personality, which is the straw man, and not to the human. This is because a human cannot exist in the legal world. It's all holographic, it's all illusory, it's all bullshit. Only pieces of paper can. And that is something which they are very careful not to tell you. Just be very cautious that you don't identify as a piece of paper. This is a really key issue. Natural law and common law are the only laws which apply to humans, and they deal only with harming other people or causing them loss. And outside of those restrictions, a human has free and unlimited entitlement to do anything he chooses which complies with these principles. As opposed to this, acts of Congress, statuettes, and statutory instrument contracts do not apply to the human, but only to the piece of paper, which is the legal personality, which has no reality. As the legal fiction, the legal personality was created by the company called the United States Corporation, or in our case, the Australian government. That company gets to say what the rights and duties for that piece of paper are. When a person is born in Australia, America, England, Canada, New Zealand, the mother and father submit a birth certificate registration form, which is a piece of paper. There is no requirement under common law to do this. When any limited company or corporation is set up, there is always a certificate of registration in order to create its legal personality. And that is a piece of paper. Alright, we're going to stop it there, my royal ones. And we will return tomorrow. Freedom is coming. I'm telling you now, this is going to get widespread. I'm putting it out into the macrocosm so it adapts, and you'll see it just rise up until we're all getting paid out tremendous amounts and we can live as intended. Much love. Freedom.